Thakkar is now joining us, senior technical analyst at Sharekhan. Jay, you think Nifty is stuck into a tight range, 7,550 level, that is unable to go ahead and convincingly break that. How do you see markets going ahead?
Hi, good afternoon, Pankaj. Well, we have seen a super rally, coming back in Nifty from 68.25 till the levels of 75.50. Quite swift movement. And since couple of days now, almost like this is the fifth day, I guess, that we are seeing this sideways movement. That is Nifty trading within the range of 7,400 to 7,550. Now there can be two possibilities here on, and based on which the traders or the positional traders can take a view and trade accordingly. I think, 68.25 to 75.50 is one leg, following which we are seeing this consolidation. So either this consolidation is over or it yet to correct more and then move ahead or up till the levels of 76 and then 7900. So it can dip till 74, 7300 again, wherein it would provide the short-term traders to again enter on the long side in the markets, and eventually market takes off to the levels of 79. 79 is our medium-term target. Or else what, Pankaj, could happen is it could just consolidate within this 150 points range and then give a breakout without correcting more from these levels and then reach to the levels of 79. So 75.50, 7600 definitely are hurdles going ahead for Nifty, but then waiting for the correction or just entering at the breakout would not be a right strategy. I think what strategy traders now should have is buy somewhere around these levels, and even if you see some dip, then enter again, because the momentum is quite strong and there are no sign of weakness in the momentum. By the way, I could say that wait for decline and then buy. So there is no such indication or signal from the momentum.
Right. What is the view on Bank Nifty? Again, strong rally was seen over there, but that has faded quite fast.
Absolutely, we have seen a good recovery coming in Bank Nifty as well, which was one index which was weighing a lot on Nifty on the downside, and that itself recovering is helping Nifty to inch higher. I think, Pankaj, Bank Nifty too has stuck in a range. The range for Bank Nifty is now 15,600, 650 on the upside to 14,900. Now we have that broader range for Bank Nifty compared to the Nifty. But I think eventually 14,900 will act as a very crucial support going forward. Until those levels are not broken in the short term, I would not expect Bank Nifty to correct heavily. However, I expect this index to inch higher only, to initially to the levels of 15,600 and also 16,300 later on. If at all, Pankaj, we see the break of 14,900 levels, then I think the short-term traders should then wait in Bank Nifty, then where it pauses on the downside and reverses again. Overall view should just be buy on dips. One can buy right now and again buy on dips only. I think the main reason why I'm saying, Pankaj, this is the first time in this entire fall from 91.19 till 68.25 is this is the first time we have seen such a sharp recovery, and within that sharp recovery we have seen an impulse pattern being developed on the hourly charts. And when we see these kind of patterns, Pankaj, being formed on the hourly charts or the daily charts, the probability that low is not broken is quite high. So I think that 68.25 is the bottom for the market, and that would not be broken since this is an impulse move.
Right. A word on Kane India, 5.5% higher, 13-15% higher from the lows of day before.
Absolutely, Pankaj. This is one stock which we have been recommending since a couple of days or weeks, I would say, rather, since 124, 125 levels. We have seen this stock falling by on negative to negative, or I would say consecutively for almost 7 quarters. And the rebound in which we have seen in crude oil prices, which we were expecting, we were not expecting it to go to $20, which I think most of the international brokerage houses together were saying that, and that was one of the reasons that we have seen that recovery or the reversal in the crude oil, wherein the pessimism increased at the lower levels. The similar thing happened with Kane India as well, as in no one wanted to enter this stock onto the long side, and we have seen this stock getting oversold quite a lot. At current market price also, I think that those who are already holding Kane India can continue to hold it. I think that the minimum conservative target on the upside, at least in the short term, is 159. This expiry view is that we can see the levels of 165 to 167 is what we think till this expiry. And on the lower side, Pankaj, I think 135 is now a very crucial support. Till those levels are not overlapped or broken, I don't think that the positional trader should worry in Kane India.
All right. Good afternoon, Jay. This is Hina joining in from Delhi studio as well. So we've got your thoughts on Nifty, Bank Nifty and Kane India. Let's be more stock specific. Let's talk about other stocks as well. What's your view on ONGC and Reliance, particularly after the news that came in yesterday? Do you think probably the good news was already factored in and that's the reason why we didn't really see much of a movement today?
Hi, good afternoon, Hina. Well, Reliance, since many years now, it's been trading in a range. We all know that. There's nothing new, and the chart of Reliance is quite, open to all now. So there's nothing to say much on Reliance. I think that till we don't see that range getting broken on either of the side, taking a big call on Reliance would be difficult. What I feel is, that this is a bull market, so eventually we should see a breakout on the upside on Reliance. But till we don't see that, I think it would just be a time waste, or I would say rather an opportunity lost, wherein someone can invest in some other stock and gain some good profits on the upside. So I think one should avoid Reliance till it doesn't give a clear breakout about 1100 and close about that on the weekly basis. As far as ONGC is concerned, Hina, what I think on the weekly and the monthly charts, we have seen a good 5 declining structure in ONGC. We have seen a good reversal coming back in this stock since 5-6 days. We have seen this stock closing well on the positive side, and then we have seen some reaction, or say the correction or profit booking, you say. But then the probability that the recent lows which we have seen, that is the levels of around 188, 188 and a half, will not be broken. That's a double bottom which I think as of now, and that would be confirmed only about the levels of 194. I think about 194 we could see minimum levels of around 210. So entering at these levels is also very good. It would be preempting a breakout on the upside. Stop loss can be placed below 188.50.
So just to sum up, ONGC is something that you think one can consider to enter right now, but Reliance one should certainly avoid.
Absolutely.
Right. Jay, stay with us. Sumit Bagadia, who's Associate Director, Choice Broking, is also joining us right now from Mumbai. Welcome, gentlemen, to both of you. Sumit, we've been talking about levels, particularly for Nifty, Bank Nifty, ONGC and Reliance with Jay. What's your thought firstly on Nifty? Do you think now this range-bound sort of a trade that we've seen, or this level of 7,500 with around which Nifty has been today, probably, that's something which is some sort of a hurdle at this point in time?
Hi Hina, well, very good afternoon to you. Well, as far as the Nifty view is concerned, this present week we have seen that Nifty was moving in a range of 100 to 120 points. Overall, we had seen that on downside Nifty has taken support at around 7430 levels, and on high side it's taking resistance at around 7550 levels. I think this is a very good sign in the bull market, because in last 1 week we had seen that Nifty had given a sharp upside rally from 7000 levels to 7500 levels, and after that we have seen consolidation for 3 to 4 days. I feel that next week would be a bullish. Next week we will have bullish view in the markets, and the same rally we can see as far as the Nifty levels are concerned. I think from present levels we can see a move in the Nifty of around 300 to 400 levels from present levels. That means from 7500 levels we are expecting Nifty to move up and touch levels of around 7700 or 7800 soon. As far as the support is concerned, I think till the time 7400 or 7430 is not taken away on closing basis, I think any dip in Nifty should be used as buying opportunity for an upside target of 7600 in a very short term. And overall in next 1 week to 10 days time horizon, we feel that we can see levels of around 7700 or 7800. Nifty looks strong to us. We would be a buyer in the Nifty at present levels.
Okay, buy on a Nifty on the present level, and 77 to 7800 is something that you are expecting Nifty to hit. Oil and gas particularly has been the story of the day. What's your thought on names like ONGC and Reliance and the way Kane India has performed today? Do you think it makes some sense to enter into any of these names right now?
Yes, Hina, absolutely. See, today we have seen a very good move in the Kane India. And as far as oil and gas stocks are concerned, among all the 3 stocks, ONGC, Kane India and Reliance, I would select 2 stocks. The stocks are Kane India and Reliance. I think Kane India has given a breakout above 140 to 143 levels. Kane India has given a breakout, and now immediately there is a possibility that we might see levels of around 155, 160 levels in Kane. As far as why I am expecting Kane India to move up, because I feel that crude is also looking bullish to me from present levels. We are expecting crude to move up and touch levels of around 2700, 2750 in MCX. And as far as NYMEX levels are concerned, we are expecting crude NYMEX to touch levels of 50. So based on that, we feel that Cane India will give a move of at least 10 to 15 rupees from present levels. So anytime if there is a correction of around 3 to 4 rupees from present levels in India, should be used as buying opportunity for the upside and initial target of 155, and above that 160 can also be seen in next couple of days. And as far as Reliance Industries is concerned, I think Reliance from past 1 week we have seen a good upside move in Reliance Industries, and in last 2 days we have seen a small correction from higher levels. But I think that in next 15 to 20 days time horizon, on higher side we are expecting Reliance Industry to touch levels of around 1080 and 1100. So overall, I feel if there is a correction from present levels of 8 to 10 rupees in Reliance, then that should be used as buying opportunity till the time 990 is not taken away on closing basis. I think Reliance is a very good buy at present levels, and if there is a correction of 8 to 10 rupees, then that should be used as buying opportunity for the upside target of 1080 and above that 1100 in next 10 to 15 days time horizon.
All right, Sumit. So that's the view on Nifty as well as the oil and gas space. Jay, I want to come to you now. What's your thought as far as the aviation space is concerned, particularly Interglobe Aviation, the way it has corrected sharply from its all-time high that it had touched. Soon it got listed. Now with gains of about 3.5% that we saw today, it is now just 2% higher. Where do you really see that moving?
Well, Hina, we just have 3 stocks in the aviation industry, that is Interglobe, Jet and Spice. I think among all 3, I would like to bet only on Jet Airways, and that's what we have been recommending to our clients since couple of days now. Why? Because we have seen a good healthy correction coming in Jet Airways at approximately from 800 levels until the levels of around 490 on the lower side. Now 490 is a level, Hina, wherein we have seen the retest of the overall major breakout coming in Jet Airways. We have seen this swift move coming in Jet from the levels of 515 till the levels of 800 approximately. Jet Airways was consolidating in a triangular pattern since couple of years. It was almost for 2 or 3 years following which we saw that breakout coming in Jet Airways. And now I don't think that in just one move that breakout will be over. I think it will go on for at least a few more months or quarters. And this is one stock which has been thrown back to the breakout levels. And that's the only stock wherein we see this kind of a pattern. Spicejet has been trading towards the upper end of the range and has still not given the breakout above the levels of around 99. So I would like to avoid that. Interglobe is too new. I would say we as a technical analyst generally would like to prefer more history or past data to analyze the prices or forecast prices for future. But we don't have much data, and as well as the stock in fact broke the level of the on the day of listing compared to the day of listing. So I think that clearly shows that we don't have that historical high tops and high bottom in Interglobe, and that's the reason I would like to avoid that stock. So we have just left with Jet Airways, and that stock has definitely given a good breakout, and it does have a pattern. So I would like to prefer Jet.
So you prefer Jet over Interglobe Aviation. Sumit, any thoughts on Interglobe? Because there is, of course, a lot of interest considering now they have also received the A320 Neo, which actually made many investors nervous when in the month of December they announced that their delivery is going to get delayed. Any thoughts there?
Well, Hina, see, as far as Interglobe is concerned, see, I think if it breaks 780 or 770 on downside, then the stock will become weak, and on downside we can see correction till 750 or 700 levels. But till that time, 750 is not taken away. I think it will move in a range of around 750 to 880 on higher side. And on higher side, if 880 is taken away, then there is a possibility that we might again see a rally till 1100 levels. So a breakout above 880 would prefer buying in Interglobe. But overall, I feel that if anyone wants to select a stock from aviation, then I think one should select a Jet Airways counter, because I feel Jet Airways after a correction it has consolidated in last 10 to 15 days time horizon, and overall from here we feel that Jet Airways has potential to move up and touch levels of around 600 or 625 very soon. Till that time 485 or 480 is not taken away on downside, I think Jet Airways would be a very good buy at present levels, and if there is a correction of 10 to 15 rupees from present levels, then that would be a very good buy opportunity for the upside target of 580 or 600 levels. I think one should select Jet Airways as a counter to trade in at present levels for a time horizon of next 10 to 15 days.
All right, gentlemen, stay with us. We are just reading the closing, market closing as it happens right now. We'll, of course, come back to you and talk about more stocks that were in focus today. Meanwhile, there's the provisional closing that we are getting. You've got Nifty managing to close at least provisionally above 7,500 levels. Sensex about 0.5% higher with gains of about 120 odd points. Kane India clearly remained the superstar of the day. It in fact spiked in the last few minutes as well, about 4.37% higher. There was some selling pressure in names like Idea Cellular. In fact, the telecom space today remained under pressure. Idea Cellular at 102 rupees per share, about 2.5% lower. Bharti Airtel, meanwhile, managed to be in the green. HDFC about 8 rupees higher. Power Grid about 1% higher. Lower, I beg your pardon. Sun Farm about 0.5% higher. Tata Power at 59 rupees per share. NTPC 0.5% lower at 126. Infosys about 1141. HUL also saw gains of about 2% today. L&T flat but in the green. IndusInd Bank, in fact, the banking space remained under pressure. It was a day when the spotlight clearly was on the oil and gas space, and you had Bpcl up 1%. Also names like Kane India, which did pretty well. ONGC pretty much remained a little bit of volatile today. Tech Mahindra about 1.71% lower, and that's the closing bell for you. For this entire week, and there you have Mahindra & Mahindra about 0.61% lower, Ultratech about 0.16% lower, Bajaj Auto remained flat but in the green. Hero MotoCorp, Grasim and ACC also remained under pressure. These were the top gainers today. Kane India 4.30% higher, HUL 2.20% higher at 856 rupees per share, Adani Port at 231 about 2% higher, and this is the list that we are telling you about as far as Nifty 50 pack is concerned. Lupin about 2% higher. Meanwhile, some flashes on your screen. Aadhaar bill has been passed in Lok Sabha for 2016. We'll get you more details on that, but for the moment, this is how the tally looks like. We had the names like Punjab National Bank, Bank of Baroda, which also managed to close in the green. Yes Bank about 1.34% higher. Cement space remained particularly weak today, and Idea Cellular in the telecom space as well. Reliance Industries at 1,050. All right, so that was about the closing. So provisional closing clearly indicates Nifty remained above that 7,500 level, and Sensex at 24,717. Jay and Sumit are still with us. So gentlemen, we've spoken about, of course, the story of the day. Yet another stock that was important today and had the spotlight was Jspl, which clearly remained under a lot of pressure. Jay, what's your thought on Jspl at about 63, about 4% cut that we saw on the stock? What would be really the strategy going forward?
Well, Hina, what I think about Jspl is that this stock has still not given any sign of a revival or a reversal from short term down to up. I think compared to the other metal stocks, I like stocks like Hindalco, Tata Steel, JSW Steel, which are performing quite well and are now in fact giving good positive divergence on the momentum indicator as well. This is one stock which has been falling in a downward sloping channel. Other stock in the metal sector have already given a breakout on the upside from the range which they had been trading. But this is one stock which still continues to trade within that range. Now the range is quite broad, Hina. On the upside, when I see, then the channel resistance comes to around 80, whereas the lower end of the channel is pegged at 40. And in this stock is trading between 80 to 40. So I think for either on the short side or the long side, the probability is 50-50. So I would not advise or recommend anyone to enter either on the long or the short side for a stock which has a 50% probability to go up or down. So I would say that just keep an eye on 40 or else 80, whichever levels come first, I think, and we see a breakout, I think enter only at those levels. So if it manages to surpass the levels of 80 on the upside from these levels, buy for the medium to long term. Thereafter we can see a good move coming in Jspl, or else buy near 40, wherein the risk would be very good, and it would be like then again reversing from the lower end of the channel and moving again to the higher end of the channel. This is not the point to take any trade, either long or short.
All right. What about Dish TV? Even that stock did pretty well in trade. It saw great volumes as well, and about 80.15 where it has closed today.
Sure, this is one stock which I think has given a good reversal in past few trading sessions, and I think that the way it had beaten down, it was bound to bounce back and give a good short covering rally on the upside. I think Dish TV on the lower side now has a good support around the levels of 72, 73. Until those levels are not broken, on the upside it can revisit the levels of 93, which is the next swing high. I think only and only if it manages to surpass the levels of 93 and close above those levels, then we can see that this stock again moving back to its previous range of 105 to 110. However, if it fails from 93 levels, then I would doubt that it would again go to 105, 110. It will again then reverse back to the levels of 75. So those who are already holding this stock, I think they can continue to do so with a stop loss or trailing stop loss packed at 73, and they can wait till the stock reaches the levels of 93, and then take a call whether to hold it further or book profits around those levels.
All right, Sumit, any thoughts on Jspl? I mean, currently about 669, that's the level it saw today.
Well, Hina, I think one should avoid the counter because I don't think that this counter is this stock is right stock to initiate a trade in. I think as far as investment perspective is concerned, one should avoid this stock. And as far as trading bet is concerned, the stock is very volatile and it's giving a move of around 10 to 15% on regular basis. I think overall, if we see technically, it has resistance at around 750, 760 levels. Till that time, it doesn't give close or convincing close above 750, 760 levels. I think one should avoid the stock. Overall, the structure for the stock looks weak. I think if this time the stock manages to break the level of around 590 or 600 on lower side, then there is a possibility that we might again see levels of around 500 or 480 on downside. So overall, stock looks weak on charts. Till that time closing is not seen above 750, one should avoid these stocks. And if anyone wants to create a position, then one should create a strict position with a strict stop loss of 750 for the downside target of 500 or 480 levels.
Right. Sumit, also one stock that I can pick up right now is Welspun India, which has gained about 8% in trade today at 974 versus about 60 rupees, which it used to be earlier, and a gain of about almost 190% in 1 year. How would you look at this particular stock?
Yes, absolutely. The stock has given a very good move today. I think it's a breakout on charts. We have seen from past 6 months to 8 months time horizon, the stock was moving in a range. On higher side, it was facing resistance at around 930 levels, and on downside, it was taking support at around 760, 780 levels. And today, it has given a breakout of that particular range. I think minimum move from present levels we should get in this stock is of around 150 to 200 points. That means from the levels of 970, we can see levels of around 1200 soon. I think if anyone wants to create a fresh long position, can be created at present levels. On downside, I think stock will find support at around 900. So till that time, now 900 is not taken away, one can initiate long position at current market price, that is 970. And if there is a small dip in the prices from present levels till 950, 940 levels, then that should be used as buying opportunity, because overall on higher side, if 1000 is taken away, that would be a psychological resistance. So if 1000 is taken away, we could see a straight upside rally of 10% from 1000 levels. I think if anyone wants to create a fresh long position, then they can create fresh long position at present levels. And those who are created a position at lower levels, they can hold with a trailing SL of around 900, or to be very precise, they can hold their existing long positions with a trailing SL of 900 levels.
All right, gentlemen, we'll leave it there, but appreciate you joining us here on NDTV Profit this afternoon and sharing with us some interesting ideas and the levels that one should really be watching out for. It was a pleasure to have you both on the show.